All set.
Thank you. Good morning. This is a convening of the Massachusetts Gaming Commission, agenda setting number 170. I'm Jordan Maynard, and I'm serving as the interim chair of the Gaming Commission. This meeting is being held virtually, so we will do a roll call. Good morning, Commissioner O'Brien.
Good morning, I'm here.
Good morning, Commissioner Hill.
Good morning, I'm here.
And good morning, Commissioner Skinner.
Good morning.
Approximately 10:01 on May 29th, and we're going to move into some minutes, which is item number 2. Commissioners, have we all had time to review the minutes from packet? I'm seeing no objections. With that, I move that the commission approve the meeting minutes from the May 15th, 2024 agenda setting meeting as included in the commissioner's packet and discussed here today, subject to any corrections for typographical errors or other non-material matters.
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Skinner. Commissioner O'Brien.
Aye.
Commissioner Hill.
Aye.
Commissioner Skinner.
Aye.
And I vote yes. Just want to take some time to thank the legal team for turning around these minutes. We're current on the agenda setting, and we are very appreciative of that. We're going to move on to the upcoming meeting schedule. We have a June 3rd public meeting where we're going to do some sports wagering quarterly reports. We have a June 4th adjudicatory hearing for PPC beverage license renewal, and I saw those materials in our inbox today. Thank you, Justin. We have a June 6th public meeting, a June 12th agenda setting meeting, a June 20th public meeting, a June 26th agenda setting, and then I wanted to kick it over to Grace to give us some July dates to consider, commissioners. Grace.
Yes, so the next cadence would be a public meeting on July 4th. So would you all like to skip that meeting, or we can push it into the next week on July 11th?
Commissioners, I would say that A, we have to skip it because it's a holiday, and B, the agendas, as we'll see as we're going through, are pretty light. Is there anything from the team that would have to be taken up that week of July 4th would be my question. Commissioner O'Brien?
No, I'm just looking at the rest of July, and I'm not available probably on the 11th and the 18th. I'm sorry, the 18th and the 25th. So for what it's worth, if we did something on the 11th, I don't know what everybody else's summers and conference are looking like, but then I could at least do the 11th if I'm not going to be here on the 18th or the 25th.
Okay.
The 11th is fine with me.
Okay, so we will do agenda setting on Wednesday, July 10th, and a public meeting on Thursday, July 11th. Next would be agenda setting on, a public meeting on Thursday, July 18th. Agenda setting on Wednesday, July 24th. A public meeting on Thursday, August 1st. Agenda setting on Wednesday, August 7th. A public meeting on Thursday, August 15th. Agenda setting on Wednesday, August 21st. And a public meeting on Thursday, August 29th.
Commissioners, I'm fine with holding those now and making adjustments as we go forward, especially into the August dates. Does that work for everyone?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just a clarification, Grace, please. Public meeting on 7/11 and 7/18, so 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, and we can, if we get enough done on the 11th, we may be able to push off one of those dates, since Commissioner O'Brien, it would be more advantageous. I do have a conference that I was just invited to. I need to pull those dates, Grace, and get them to you. Hoping it's not the 11th right now. I really don't know off the top of my head, but we'll handle this offline. We'll
Yeah,
get
there's
it
a couple that week that go into that 18th. So.
All right. Okay. We'll figure it out, and I'm good with the upcoming meeting schedule. Everyone good with it? Justin?
Mr. Chair, I just wanted to remind the commission too. We do have a adjudicatory hearing scheduled for July 2nd, and that will be for several individual qualifiers for MGM. So I think I think we have 3 that are currently confirmed to be handled on the 2nd. So it should be blocked on your respective calendars, but if it's not, we can always reschedule.
We have that on the calendar. Commissioners, we good with that?
Yeah. So that is a vacation week potentially for me, but you should have a quorum without me if I can't hop on.
Okay. We can always, like I said, we can always talk. All right. So we'll move forward with those meetings. I appreciate the team on that, the commissioners. Let's move forward with June 6th, please. So ED Serpa, will you hold an administrative update? You're on mute, Dean, but I'm getting a yes. So
Yeah.
We'll go with that. We will hold time for minutes. Judy and I will. Legislative update, Brad.
Yep,
Mr. Hill.
put a hold on it, please.
All right. Counselor Grossman, it looks like we're going to have a couple regulations pop up that day.
Todd is out this morning, so that is correct. Both of those regulations, 205 CMR 16 and 205 CMR 257, are ready to go for the 6th.
Anything else to add? Do you know, Justin, on that?
No, just those two. There'll be memos and information in the packet, so I'm sure there'll be a little bit of discussion around it.
All right, that works. Sports wagering. Director
Yes.
Ban.
We'll be ready with the 205 CMR review of waivers and the consideration of the variance requests. I'd also like to add an event petition for the LPGA submitted by Caesars, and FanDuel has some house rules as well.
Okay. All right, those should be relatively quick items, right? I know that we
Yes.
have the independent monitor that day, so I'm trying to make sure that we.
They both should be pretty quick.
All right, thank you, Director Band. Joe Delaney, I will not skip you today. You are being recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So we should be all set for those quarterly reports for the licensees. We should have all that information in. Those usually each take about 20 minutes each, so I would plan on an hour. And then the final community mitigation fund applications. I believe we have 5 applications, and they are fairly complicated, so I would hold at least an hour for that as well.
Okay, we knew that those would be interesting ones to go through.
Yeah.
Okay, Commissioner O'Brien, the independent monitor. 90 minutes, did you say?
Yeah, and I've shot an email off trying to confirm that their plan of getting something to us by tomorrow or Friday, I think at the latest, and then 90 minutes to present at the next meeting. So if that is changing, I'll let you know if it needs to get bumped, but it looks like we're on.
All right, we'll hold it then. The 25 budget review, Chief Lennon.
We are on track for that, and we already have 2x2s scheduled.
All right. I believe that CEC Kramer is going to speak for Director Monahan this morning.
Yes, good morning. We should have, I think, 3 sports wagering matters to bring, non-compliance matters to bring before the commission on the 6th, and it will be similar. We'll be asking for guidance from the commission as to how they wish to proceed in each of those matters.
All right, thank you. Team, do we have anything else we anticipate we need to do that day, knowing that it's shaping up to be a long one? All right, I'm hearing none, seeing none. Commissioners, anything to add? Okay. Let's then move to June 20th. ED Serpo, you want to hold the administrative update time? Yep. All right, getting a yes. Judy, I'm assuming we want to hold some time for the minutes. I'm getting yes there. Commissioner Hill, legislative update on the 20th.
Yep, please.
All right. Justin, anything for the legal team?
We're not foreseeing any regulations. Legal will be prepared on the 20th to come back and discuss tomorrow's golf league. That was an issue that came up a couple of weeks ago about looking into that, whether it qualified as an e-sport or not, and putting some context around it. So we'll be ready for the 20th to come before the commission in conjunction with sports wagering. present our findings on that.
Perfect. And I know that they're not starting till next year, so it's still timely. And so we appreciate your work that you're doing on that. Director Band, it looks like we have some Bally's house rules to discuss.
Yes, and I guess we'd, depending on how the legal conversation goes, we would also have the tomorrow's sports league as well as an event.
Okay. Like I said, last time we talked about it, the only reason I golf is because I think about how good I can be tomorrow and never how good. Today. Chief Lennon, looks like you have a budget approval ready for us after the prior meeting.
Correct. We'll put it out for 2 weeks of comment. Any comments come back or any changes requested by the commission, we'll bring back at this meeting and hopefully we'll be ready to approve. If there are significant comments, we'll have to take those up and then approve 2 weeks from then.
And we appreciate your work. I know that you and Commissioner Hill and Dean have been diligently working on the budget.
And making all the directors too. So thank you to the directors for doing that work as well.
A lot of work. Thank you. Anything else to add on that day? All right. Director Vanderlinden.
Hi, Chair Maynard. Director Vanderland is out today, but yes, to confirm, we are planning to present the partnership with the GAMBAN on the June 20th.
And that's a potential to work with them on their software, similar to what's going on in Ohio, right?
That's correct. So we're hoping to do the presentation with every, we've met with IT and other divisions, so we hope to have all that presentation to the commissioners by then.
Okay. So do you think we'll get something in advance too? I'm just interested in the topic.
Yeah, we're hoping to have all the materials out within a couple of weeks because we're meeting with the legal team next week. So we're hoping to get all the ducks in a row before we send it out. But yes, we hope to have that out to the commissioners very soon.
Well, thank you, Long. I appreciate that. And thank you for stepping in for Director Vanderlinden this morning.
Yeah, Chair, can we also request, I'm going to turn this to Dr. Andrews, because we do have another item we would like to present that day.
Absolutely. Good morning, Dr. Andrews.
Good morning, Mr. Chair. We were hoping to add to the June 20th meeting the FY25 research agenda, because at that point we will have been able to present and incorporate feedback from GPAC and then present it to the commission for a vote.
Commissioners, we good with adding that? I think it's a good idea. All right. I'm seeing nods. Yes. Affirmative nods. All right. Anything else, Long, Dr. Andrews?
Yep. Thank you, Chair.
All right. Chief Delaney.
Yeah, we should be all set with that. That should be a very short discussion.
All right. We have Justin, Tom Mills, Dave Souza, and I know Commissioner O'Brien was part of this conversation too about the MGC license seal of approval.
Yeah, that should be ready to come back before everyone and take a look at the designs from our vendor and hopefully make a determination on that forward.
Well, thank you. And I know that some of the designs have made the rounds, I believe. I at least saw a few of them. So look forward to having that conversation. And then Justin, I'm going to stick with you if there's nothing to add from that group. A potential tribal litigation update. I know that you said a few weeks ago you would be ready for it. We thought that maybe this meeting would make sense. Commissioner O'Brien, I see your mic's off.
No, that's just something to add if there's time, not on this topic.
All right.
Yeah, the tribal litigation update should be ready for the 20th. It'll just be a sort of a recounting of what's been happening in that realm for the past 6 to 12 months.
Perfect. We appreciate that and your leadership and specialized knowledge of this. So thank you. Commissioner O'Brien.
So I don't know what the timing is looking like on the 20th, but I did want to have the four of us have a conversation about the sports wagering limit to follow up in the roundtable that we had, because that was just us getting information more than anything else. So I'd love for us, while it's still fresh, for us to have a conversation about what we want to do going forward, ask sports wagering, et cetera.
I think that makes sense. And I think choosing this meeting because the other one's so packed.
Yeah.
Makes a lot of sense. I'm also interested in getting an update from the sports wagering team to see what the reaction is from the licensees and potential to work with us moving forward. So maybe that's a good date to do that too.
Mhm.
Commissioner Skinner, Commissioner Hill, we good having a follow-up conversation on where we are going in the future with the sports wagering limit on
Yep.
the 20th?
Sounds good.
And then the other part was not to lose sight of the conference feedback follow-up. I know Mark said, Bonnie and Long, I don't want to put you guys on the spot. I know Mark's not here and he needed time to compile the feedback.
Yes,
So just don't just get lost in the shuffle where
no.
we want.
Yeah, no, thank you, Commissioner O'Brien. We are working with the council to do to get the feedback, and so we're hoping to compile that and review it, and then digest it, and then prepare it so present it before the commissioners. But we are hoping, we don't have a date yet, and I think when Mark comes back, our director Vendelin will have a conversation to make sure we get the memo and all the reports together and do thoughtfully present it to the commissioners.
So Commissioner O'Brien, we added that to under review on the next page. So we'll keep a watch on that, if that's good with you. Thank you, Long. Commissioners, I'm going to go to Dr. Lightbound. I see her hands up. Anything else to add from the commissioner's perspective on the 20th? I see none. Dr. Lightbound, good morning.
If we could please add recognition of the Jockey Guild as the group that represents the jockeys for the 128A Section 5 $65,000 money. I can send the wording to Grace.
And this is a fun. Is it that time of year already? Did we have this conversation last year? This time?
Yes, we do this one every year. This is separate from the possibility of racehorse development funds going to the jockeys. That'll be a whole nother issue that we can deal with, later on this summer or this fall. But for now, it is timely to go ahead and do the 65,000 recognition.
Okay. Time flies when we're having fun, right?
Yes, thank you.
All right. Anything else to add from the team on the 20th? All right. As it comes up, everyone knows to alert Grace and team, and then we can always bring it up here at the next agenda setting meeting. All right. So that covers the 20th. We are now going to go, and I see no other additions, to under review. Commissioner O'Brien, Compliance Committee.
That's still under review.
All right, thank you. Commissioner Skinner and Joe, HCA Compliance.
Still under review.
In unison. Thank you. Joe, you want to keep EBH on here? I know from our last conversation.
Yeah, I think it makes sense. I mean, we'll keep tracking that, until we find out something new.
All right. Commissioner O'Brien and Carrie, the Ohio example for the multifactorial. We're going to leave that under review for now.
Carrie suggested to me that would be kept under review. Commissioner O'Brien, I don't know.
Yeah. That was the last conversation I had with her too.
All right. Commissioner Hill and Commissioner O'Brien, I know that on the equity pillars and problem gambling, that's going to be probably ongoing after our conversation with DPH on the 7th, I assume.
Yep.
All right. The gambling advertising report. Long, Dr. Andrews.
That's still under review.
All right. The procurement thresholds, that's under review, I believe, right, Commissioner Hill and Derek?
Yep.
All right. We talked about this AI working group, and I know Director Vanderlinden is not on, so we may want to just table this discussion. But I understand that Commissioner O'Brien has had a lot of interest in this topic. Mark had initially some time ago asked me to join, be happy to do so. But I also understand that Commissioner Skinner and Commissioner Hill may want to have an opportunity to find a way to work on this in a way that is compliant with the open meeting law. So just trying to be fair here, make sure whoever wants to work on this has the opportunity to do so, knowing that AI is interesting to all of us, and those of us that aren't on the working group itself can be updated by the other commissioners and continue to work on it in public meetings and be briefed in 2x2s and so forth and so on. So anything to add to that conversation, or do we want to move it to a public meeting? Okay. Maybe it's better when Mark's able to discuss too.
I was just going to suggest that, yeah.
Diversity audit, Commissioner Skinner and Chief Muldrew.
I don't know if I don't see Chief Muldrew or Vanessa, but I think we are getting close. Oh, Dean is on, of course. I would think that we'd be ready for some form of a presentation to commissioners for the first meeting in July, so July 11th, I'm thinking. And I haven't, originally I was thinking before the end of the fiscal year, June 20th. And so that does not seem to be realistic at this point. So I think it's safe to say, because I did vet the June 20th date with the others, that July 11th will serve as a good substitute.
All right, so we'll go ahead and hold that, Grace and Trudy, for the 11th. And we can adjust Commissioner Skinner as need be. I'm going to turn to Dr. Andrews and Long on the last two, follow up on the National VSE.
Yeah, so that right now is still under review. We're hoping try to, if things go well, because we do have a meeting with IT and legal next week as well. If that goes well, we might want to present it June 20th, but that might be too premature. So maybe the next agenda setting will have a date, but right now we'll put it under review.
Okay, we'll keep that under review. And Commissioner O'Brien brought this up, and we Grace and I discussed it too last week on the debrief and discussion next steps from the conference. We'll go ahead and hold that based on what you said, Long, on that it could be ready soon.
That's correct.
All right. Commissioners, anything to add to under review? All right, I'm seeing none. Team, anything to add to under review? Okay, I'm seeing nothing from the team. Let's see here. Grab my notes real quick. So the next part here is we'll talk about any updates, commissioner updates. I will take this time just to mention briefly that the commissioners, the teams from Community Mitigation and Research on Responsible Gaming were hosted by Sheriff Kochi and his team at the Western Mass Recovery and Wellness Center yesterday, where we got to meet their team and successful, I would call them graduates of the program. As a reminder, this commission has helped fund.
Your mother's thing was, so in the fire.
Commissioner Hill, you're off mute. As a reminder, this commission has helped fund their rent through the community mitigation program for quite some time, almost a decade, if not. And so it was great to see the work going on there. And I think it was a really, really good use of our time yesterday. Commissioners, anything to add on that update? I see nothing. Anything to add otherwise for a commissioner's update? Okay. Any other business? Do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Thank you, Commissioner O'Brien.
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Skinner. I'll give that one to you. Commissioner O'Brien.
Aye.
Commissioner Hill.
Aye.
Commissioner Skinner.
Aye.
And I vote yes, 4-0 to adjourn. Everyone enjoy your Wednesday and thank you for your hard work. It's truly, truly appreciated.